If you're from Tucson, Arizona, there are some things that you do automatically as a Tucsonan without thinking twice. I'm a born and raised Tucsonan and I've lived here almost my entire life, but since I lived in Montana for 4 years, I realized that there are some things that people don't do in other areas of the country like they do here. Hey everyone, it's Kimberly, your go-to real estate agent in Tucson, Arizona, and today we are talking about my top tips for living in Tucson if you are new here or are planning on moving to the Old Pueblo. But first, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button on all the other buttons to follow along with Tucson news and learn more about things to do and see and know about this city, my hometown. And when you're ready to buy or sell a home in Tucson, all my contact information is in the description below each video. On this channel, we have over 100 other videos on this channel all about Tucson. So let's talk about top tips for living in this dry climate. And spoiler alert, a lot of these have to do with dealing with the sun. Wear sunscreen and sun-friendly clothing. Here in Tucson, we don't leave the house most months without sunscreen in our purses or cars because most of the year we have to be mindful of the sun. Even in the winter, the sun can be really strong here. We are much closer to the equator than a lot of other places in the US, and that means the sun's rays are strong here. A lot of people wear hats, most wear sunglasses year-round. A lot of people working outside wear long-sleeve shirts and pants, even in the summer. A lot of people swim in swim shirts that cover their shoulders and backs. Just making sure you're prepared for that sun is really going to save your skin. Make sure to bring water with you always. Even if I'm going on a short drive down to the grocery store, I always bring water with me. It doesn't take long to get dehydrated in the dry desert climate. You can get dehydration in as little as 30 minutes in some extreme cases, so make sure you bring water even though it's colder in the winter, it's still dry, so drink that water year-round. You will be glad that you did. Pay attention while hiking or even just in your own backyard. My family and I love to hike, but you have to watch out for critters here. We've got rattlesnakes, javelinas, coyotes, bobcats. Some areas have mountain lions, and most of those animals want nothing to do with humans, but you could run into any of them out hiking, and they can almost all get into your backyard as well. If they feel like they're being threatened, they might not be kind to you or your pets, so keep a keen watch on your surroundings. We have a video out on this channel about rattlesnake training courses for dogs, so check that one out after this one. While we're on the subject of wildlife, we do have termites, we do have scorpions, we do have spiders, we have lots of lizards of all shapes and sizes, we have pack rats. Some of these things are totally harmless, but all will get into your house or yard or property at one time or another. Do termite inspections when you buy a house, hire a pest company to treat if you're at all concerned about anything, and just familiarize yourself with these little creatures so you know more about them if and when you encounter them. Beware of monsoon storms. When we get our summer monsoons here in Tucson, usually in July and August, it's best to avoid driving during or right after a storm due to the risk of being caught in a flash flood. But sometimes driving is unavoidable. You need to pay attention to the signs that say do not enter when flooded when driving through town. The scary part is when it's in the middle of a monsoon storm, you can't always see or read those signs. Even though the water may not look high, it may be deceptive. Best to pull into a parking lot and wait out the storm altogether. Also be careful hiking and going on walks during monsoon season. The storms come out of nowhere, truly. Understand that the vibe is different here. In Tucson, we go at a slower pace. We are not go, go, go like bigger cities, and that includes our neighbor, Phoenix. We're on Tucson time, so people are kind of late to things a lot of the time. A lot of people drive really slowly. We have an eclectic group of people here from all over the place. It's kind of a big city with a small town feel. We've got events here outdoors year-round because we've got that 300 days of sunshine thing going on. We've got food trucks everywhere, especially when it comes to Mexican food. It's easy to cycle around in most parts of the city. The cost of living here is lower than both the national average and the state average, and we're really into our University of Arizona scene. And some people are just not down with this laid-back, relaxing vibe, and it drives them crazy, but some people love it. So just keep all of that in mind. Find a pool. In the summer, it's nice to have access to a pool. I have a whole video out on this channel about swimming pools and their costs and their maintenance if you own one personally. But if you have one in your own backyard, that's awesome. I'm sure people will be inviting themselves over to use it in the summer months. If you live in a neighborhood with a community pool, that might be your main hangout during the summer, especially if you have kids. A lot of newer newer communities these days have community pools and sometimes even splash pads for the kids, so that can be a lot of fun. If not, we have parks here with pools, we have community pools, we have aquatic centers, and if you don't like those, go stalk your neighbor if they have a pool. Take advantage of off-season deals in the summer. Speaking of pools, we have some amazing resorts here, and they all have some pretty nice pools. A lot have beautiful golf courses and spas and fitness centers and restaurants, and guess what? They all slow down in the summertime. So they offer some really nice deals and less expensive fees, and many of them do specials for locals. Having a staycation is fun and much more affordable than traveling across the world. And if you're a golfer, take advantage of the fact that you'll probably be able to get your preferred tee time this time of year. What else is fun in Tucson in the summer? Any indoor options, including one of our many malls, museums, art galleries, theaters, or casinos. Plan your vacations differently. Keep in mind that it's sunny year-round here, and you probably won't want to leave this weather from about October through May. That means that if you have kids, you may not want to leave Tucson during their fall breaks, winter breaks, or spring breaks. It also means that when they have their summer breaks, you'll be ready to get out of here. So where can you go? Well, there are plenty of places within a day's drive that are 10 to 20 degrees cooler than Tucson, and we'll be talking about day trips in other videos on this channel, so make sure you're subscribing for all of that. But also keep in mind that Tucson is home to Mount Lemmon, which is only a 45-minute drive from the base to the top, and it's usually about 20 degrees cooler up there as well. So if you like camping, fishing, hiking, mountain biking, having a picnic, or just renting a cabin and laying around in cooler weather for a couple days, head up to Mount Lemmon and enjoy during those hot months. Embrace this place. Tucson is a dry desert climate surrounded by mountains in every direction and tons to do considering the size of the city. We are popular for retirees, we are popular for college students, we have a lot of veterans here because we have Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, and our sunrises and sunsets could give Hawaii a run for its money. Overall, lots to do here, and if we don't have it, you're less than a day drive from Phoenix, Mexico, multiple other states, and of course, everything that the absolutely beautiful state of Arizona has to offer you. Comment below if you have a tip for someone new to Tucson, and if you'd like to buy or sell a home here in Tucson, please reach out to me. I'd love to help you out. All my contact information is in the description below each video on the channel, and there are over 100 other videos on this channel about things to do and see and know about this place, my hometown. Please consider liking and subscribing on your way out the door. I really appreciate you hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next Tucson video.